Hello everyone, welcome to the history class. In this video, I am starting with the fourth theme of class 11th history, that is the Central Islamic lands. As the name suggests, the theme deals with the Islamic culture. Here, we'll be discussing how Islam was propagated, how it started, how it spread to different nations of the world. So let's start the topic. Around 1400 years ago, we see the beginning or the starting of Islam in Arabian Peninsula. The rise of Islam and its expansion over vast territories extending from Egypt to Afghanistan. This was the region, the core region of Islamic civilization from 600 to 1200. In these centuries, Islamic society exhibit multiple political and cultural patterns. The term Islamic, which we are using here, we are not using in total religious sense, but we are using it for the overall society and culture historically associated with Islam. Students, our understanding of this new religion is based on various sources of information. Like the early phase between 600 to 1200, our knowledge is totally based on chronicle or Tawariq, which were basically the narrated events in order of time. The semi-historical works such as biographies, which is also called Sirah. Then records of the sayings and doings of Prophet in the form of hadith, commentaries on Quran, which is also called tafsir, collection of eyewitnesses report called akhbar, legal texts, geographies, travelogues, and literary works such as stories and poems. Here travelogue means the travelers who visited different places from one nation to another nation, their experiences, their written accounts is called travelogues. Documentary evidences, which includes official orders or private correspondences. Archaeological evidences, numismatic and epigraphic sources. These are two important terms. Numismatic, which is the study of coins. Various information students we get from coins after seeing a coin. For example, the coin is made up of which metal, the availability of metal, right? The area where it was found, the year of minting, many times it is mentioned in the coin. Then the kind of symbol it is bearing. All these information we get from coins. So the study of coin is called numismatic. Epigraphic sources means epigraphy is the study of inscriptions. Any written text which is written on hard surface like metal, like rocks, like pillars. So any written text on hard surface is called inscription. So the study of these inscription is called epigraphy. So out of the epigraphic sources, archaeological evidences and numismatic sources gives ample of information about the past. Now, firstly, we'll try to understand the origin of Islam. So the first thing that we need to know, from where the Islam origin, we find the origin, its origin. It is in Arabia. So we'll discuss first Arabia before Muhammad. Arabian Peninsula was dominated by nomadic Bedouin tribes. There were many tribes living there. They were having their own religious beliefs and customs, right? The small communities developed around oases. Oasis is generally found in desert region. The green area or the area with the water is usually around the oasis in desert region. Small settlements develops. So small communities developed around the oasis in Arabian desert. City of Mecca was the marketplace and pilgrimage site. Why it was a pilgrimage site? because many tribes they used to worship their gods and goddesses in idol form, which is also called sanam, and they used to keep them in shrine. So they used to place they considered Mecca holy, and they have installed their idols at this shrine, and they used to do an annual pilgrimage or Hajj to the shrine. Means they used to visit the Kaaba at least once in a year. So Mecca shrine or Kaaba held hundreds of tribal idols. Means various tribes they have placed their idols there, idols of their gods and goddesses. So that is why the Kaaba was very religious, very important, and the people of different tribes used to visit annually there, right? Then we'll talk about the founder of Islam. Prophet Muhammad was considered as a founder of Islam. He was born in Mecca around 570 AD. Around age 40, Muhammad claimed to have heard voice of angel Gabriel, or many times you will see the word Jibril, right? So he heard the voice of angel Gabriel, and Gabriel was delivering the word of God through Muhammad. Muhammad began sharing these new beliefs. Prophet Muhammad, he himself belonged to a tribal group called Quraysh, and he was a merchant by profession, Arab by culture and language. So this incident happened with him when the angel Gabriel gave this words that the purpose of Muhammad is to spread the teachings of one new religious belief, that there is only one supreme God called Allah. So he need to devote his life to preach the teachings to the rest of the people. So this is how he followed the words of angel Gabriel. Now when he started preaching his beliefs, his the idea of Allah, teachings of Allah, he became quite popular in Mecca. His tribes people started following him, and the other tribal people also followed him. Now, seeing his popularity, the leaders of Mecca feared Muhammad's growing power. Muhammad and his followers were forced to leave Mecca. They escaped to the town of Medina, and he undertook a journey in the year 622, where this was a turning point of in the history of Islam. This journey is called Hijr, and it marked the beginning of the Islamic calendar. It marked the beginning of Islam, right? So the Hijr calendar or the Muslim calendar saw its beginning from the year 622. Now we'll discuss the spread of Islam. The survival of any religion rests on the survival of community of believers. The community had to be consolidated internally and protected from external dangers. Consolidation and protection requires political institutions such as state and government, which are either inherited from the past, borrowed from outside, or created from scratch. In Medina, when Muhammad was in Medina, he created a political order from all three sources, which gave his followers the protection they needed as well as resolved the city's ongoing civil strife. Now, the Muhammad raised an army of followers and returned to capture Mecca. Tribal idols were destroyed, Kaaba rededicated to Allah. Mecca became the center of first Muslim empire. In addition, the Muslims organized expeditionary raids on Meccan caravans and nearby oases. These raids provoked reaction from the Meccans and caused a breach with the Jews of Medina. After a series of battles, Mecca was conquered, and Muhammad's reputation as a religious preacher and political leader spread far and wide. Muhammad now insisted on conversion as the sole criteria for membership of the community. Islam eventually spread through conquest to Southwest Asia, North Africa, and southern Spain. Expansion made possible by weakened Byzantine and Persian empires. So their weakenings, the weakening of these two empires, which were huge empires of that time, gave a reason to Islam to spread in these regions of these two empires. Here is an image of the Kaaba, which is considered as religious, and it was believed that in this square black building, the tribals of Arabia, they used to keep their idols earlier, but now all the idols are removed, and the people across the world, they pay annual visit to this place considered holy in Islam. Till here we have discussed the origin of Islam, different sources of information of the Islamic world, its origin, how Islam spread, the initial initiative taken by Prophet Muhammad, and about the Kaaba. Thank you for watching this video.